Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to NB English class. Take a long, deep breath. Relax your mind. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a hot desert. Golden sand stretching as far as the eye can see. The burning sun shining above. A small group of brave people standing for truth, and a huge army standing against them. This is not just a story. This is one of the most powerful and emotional stories in human history.
The story of Karbala, a story of faith, a story of sacrifice, a story that teaches us how to stand for truth even when the whole world stands against us. And while listening to this story, you will also improve your English naturally. So relax, listen carefully, and let our journey begin. Chapter 1. After the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The story begins after the passing of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The Muslim world continued to grow. Many leaders guided the Muslim community. Years passed, and eventually, a ruler named Muawiyah became the leader of the Islamic Empire. Before his death, Muawiyah appointed his son Yazid as the next ruler. However, many Muslims believed leadership should belong to a person with strong faith, character, and justice. One of those people was Imam Husain, radiallahu anhu, the beloved grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. People respected him greatly because he carried the teachings of his grandfather.
Chapter 2. Yazid demands allegiance. When Yazid became ruler, he wanted everyone to accept his authority. He demanded that Imam Husain radiallahu anhu pledge loyalty to him. But Imam Husain radiallahu anhu refused. Why? Because he believed leadership should be based on justice, honesty, and righteousness. He did not want to support something he believed was wrong. Imam Husain radiallahu anhu said that truth is more important than power. His decision would change history forever. Chapter 3. The people of Kufa. Far away in Iraq, the city of Kufa sent thousands of letters to Imam Husain radiallahu anhu. The people wrote, "Please come to Kufa. We support you. We want you as our leader." Imam Husain radiallahu anhu received many invitations. Before making a decision, he sent his cousin Muslim ibn Aqil radiallahu anhu to investigate. At first, the people welcomed Muslim ibn Aqil. But when Yazid's governor arrived, many people became afraid. Slowly, support disappeared. Muslim ibn Aqil radiallahu anhu was eventually captured and martyred. Sadly, the news had not yet reached Imam Husain radiallahu anhu. Chapter 3. The people of Kufa. Far away in Iraq, the city of Kufa sent thousands of letters to Imam Husain. The people wrote, "Please come to Kufa. We support you. We want you as our leader." Imam Husain radiallahu anhu received many invitations. Before making a decision, he sent his cousin Muslim ibn Aqil radiallahu anhu to investigate. At first, the people welcomed Muslim ibn Aqil. But when Yazid's governor arrived, many people became afraid. Slowly, support disappeared. Muslim ibn Aqil radiallahu anhu was eventually captured and martyred. Sadly, the news had not yet reached Imam Husain radiallahu anhu. Chapter 4. The journey to Iraq. Imam Husain radiallahu anhu began traveling with his family and companions. Men, women, children, young people, old people, everyone traveled together. This was not an army seeking war. It was a family seeking truth. As they crossed the desert, warnings reached them. Many people advised, "Do not go. The situation has changed. The people of Kufa will not help." But Imam Husain continued, because he believed standing for truth was more important than personal safety. Chapter 5. Arrival at Karbala. On the 2nd of Muharram, 61 AH, Imam Husain arrived at a place called Karbala. The name Karbala would become famous forever. Soon, thousands of soldiers surrounded his camp. The army was led by Umar ibn Saad. Imam Husain radiallahu anhu and his companions were heavily outnumbered. Some reports describe the opposing army as numbering in the thousands, while Imam Husain's group was very small. Yet they remained calm. Their faith was stronger than fear.
Chapter 6. The water is blocked. Then came one of the most painful moments. The army blocked access to the Euphrates River. Water was cut off. Days passed. The desert heat became unbearable. Children cried from thirst. Families suffered. Even then, Imam Husain radiallahu anhu did not surrender. He remained patient. He continued praying. He continued trusting Allah. Chapter 7. The night before Ashura. The night before the battle arrived. The camp was quiet. The stars filled the sky. Imam Husain gathered his companions. He thanked them for their loyalty. Then he gave them permission to leave. He said, "The enemy wants only me. You may go if you wish." But none of them left. One after another, they stood and declared, "We will stay. We will stand beside you. We will not abandon truth." It was a night filled with prayer, faith, and courage. Chapter 8. The Day of Ashura. The 10th of Muharram arrived, known today as Ashura. The battle began. One by one, the companions of Imam Husain radiallahu anhu entered the battlefield. They fought bravely, not for power, not for wealth, but for justice and faith. Many companions were martyred. Friends, relatives, loved ones. Each sacrifice made the story even more powerful. Chapter 9. The Sacrifice of the Family. The tragedy touched every member of the family. Young men stepped forward courageously. Relatives of Imam Husain radiallahu an were martyred. Even the youngest members suffered greatly. The pain was immense, yet faith remained strong. The message was clear. Truth is worth sacrifice. Chapter 10. The martyrdom of Imam Husain radiallahu an. Finally, Imam Husain stood almost alone, exhausted, thirsty, but unwavering. He continued to defend truth and justice. Then came the moment that would be remembered forever. Imam Husain was martyred. His earthly life ended, but his message never ended. His sacrifice became a symbol of courage for generations. Chapter 11. After the battle. The battle was over, but the story was not. The surviving women and children faced great hardship. Among them was Sayyida Zainab radiallahu anha. She showed incredible strength and courage. Through her speeches and determination, the message of Karbala reached the world. Without her efforts, many people might never have known what happened. Chapter 12. The Message of Karbala. Why do millions remember Karbala today? Because Karbala is more than history. It is a lesson. A lesson about A. Courage. B. Patience. C. Faith. D. Justice. E. Standing for what is right. Even when the odds seem impossible, even when success appears far away, Karbala teaches us never to abandon truth.
And now, my dear friend, this story is not only about Karbala. It is also about you. Sometimes learning English feels difficult. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you feel afraid. Sometimes you want to give up. But remember the lesson of Karbala. Stay patient. Stay strong. Keep moving forward. One word at a time. One sentence at a time. One story at a time. Great achievements come through persistence. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. Never stop believing in yourself. Ending. The story of Karbala is a story of courage, sacrifice, faith, and truth. It reminds us that principles are more valuable than comfort, and that standing for what is right can inspire generations. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May this story inspire your heart, strengthen your character, and motivate your English learning journey. Call to action. Comment below. What lesson did you learn from the story of Karbala? Which story would you like next? The story of Makkah? The history of the Kaaba? The story of Salahuddin Ayyubi? The story of Islam in Andalusia? Subscribe for more English learning stories. Remember, keep learning, keep speaking, keep growing. Never give up on your dreams.